Hi, everybody. This is attorney Mike Gravelin coming to you from Chicago as usual. And today I'm doing a little update on the Osmic case. I did a few videos prior to this. Two of them were called Disrespectful and Disrespectful 2. And I also did one, Dirty Drop Jail. That was her last court appearance. Last time we saw Ms. Osmic, she had a positive drug test in court, and the judge said, "You need to. We'll set you over for a week, and we're going to take you into custody so you can dry out a little bit, and I can have a conversation with you." This is a really interesting clip. It answers a lot of questions that I get in the comments, the dog at large case, and everything else. But it's not particularly humorous. It's just the way it is. It's interesting, but it's not funny. It's kind of serious watching them deal with this, but it is really interesting. I didn't do it. I would have probably live streamed it, but I had my own cases going on this morning. And for once, I actually had something marginally amusing happen in court. I'm going to open with that. It's just a little segment. I'm on a status call. You can see me in all my glory, actually in a court appearance from this morning. I'm not saying anything because it's not my case up yet. My case gets called right after this. I set a date. It wasn't interesting. But one of the attorneys in there is a little too comfortable. It's G-rated. It's minor, but it's only I found it. Just if you see it, nothing was mentioned about it. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and then we're gonna go right into the appearance with Osmic.
January, right?
Yeah, well, it takes you into January. How about January 18th? It's a Tuesday.
That's fine.
Works for me.
Okay, January 18th of 22, and that'll be at 8:45.
Thank you, some old dude. The doggies thank you as well.
Ms. Osmic. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I'm being good at court today.
All right. This is Judge Middleton. We brought you in a little early. Your lawyer, Jordan, was ready early. Miss Davis is here. And also your probation agent or probation agent in charge of this. She's here with me also, Autumn Kiefer. So let's.
If you saw the prior videos, you can just see the change in demeanor. It's like night and day, and it just shows that Judge Middleton was right. He said that, look, you need a week so that I can have a rational conversation with you, and he does.
Address this. You were convicted of use of a controlled substance. The matter was set for sentencing. We had a hard time getting you where you needed to be, when you needed to be there. Also, you tested positive for methamphetamine last week, so I canceled your bond and put you in custody to get you detoxed a little bit and see where we are from here. So first of all, Autumn, could you give us an update what you found from Van Buren County?
I haven't heard anything from Van Buren County. I just sent an email to Mr. Hill. I spoke to him last week when we had court, letting him know that Ms. Osmic was being taken into custody and that she had tested positive that day. On that date, he did inform me that warrant was still valid in their county. However, he did not tell me if they were going to extradite her from here. So I just emailed him about 5 minutes ago, letting him know that she was being seen today and wondering if that extradition was going to occur. So I am at this point waiting to hear from Mr. Hill.
And Mr. Hill is the probation officer in South Haven?
Correct.
Thank you. No, I went to DePaul.
Did everybody hear that? All right, Jordan, what are your thoughts here?
Well, Your Honor, I did briefly start to allocute last week about Ms. Osmic's situation. As the court's aware, She does have probation in another county, so she's being supervised over there and does have to answer for any violations stemming from that county. Our office was appointed, I believe, on some new ordinance charges. As far as I know, that's kind of all that's left keeping Ms. Osmick in this county. And as the court is still conducting business via Zoom, I believe we could move forward with those, no issue, even if she were to be extradited to Van Buren County. I would ask the court to consider the time she's done on this matter. As she indicated at the last hearing, she is employed. She does have children. I'm not sure if she has many ties to the county itself, but she does have family in the area, and she, I believe, is residing in the Kalamazoo area. I would ask the court to consider a sentence of time served so she can handle her business in Van Buren County and move forward with this matter. I don't believe probation in this county is appropriate. There's no need for double supervision in 2 counties. I think that's just setting her up for further failure. So I'd ask the court to consider all those things in sentencing today. Thank you.
Deborah, what's your thought?
Right. I believe that Ms. Osmick has some unresolved trauma in her past and some relationships, and is maybe self-medicating with the substances that she's using, and looking at what has transpired over the past few years. I don't think she even really recognizes herself when she looks in the mirror. And I know she wants to do better for her kids. She was a witness in a case recently when we had met to discuss testimony and that sort of thing. And, I wish that we could put her in like our drug court or something like that. But as Ms. Yancey said, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to duplicate services with probation. And at this point, she has a little bit of time under her belt for being in custody. I'm disappointed that she wasn't truthful right away last week when the court inquired as to whether she would test positive or not. But as with addicts, it's not easy to admit that they are still using. And I'm happy that she had a job and hopefully still has the job, but there's more to sobriety than just trying to stay employed. So I truly hope that she avails herself to the services in her other probation if they continue it. But I'd ask the court to just simply give her time served and send her to Van Buren. Thank you.
We'll hear from Autumn, and then we'll hear from you, Ms. Osmick. Autumn, what's your thought here?
Well, I've only had limited contact with Ms. Osmick through the testing and contacting Mr. Hill. But looking at, as everyone has stated, Ms. Osmick does have previous trauma history. She doesn't have any solid contacts and solid housing from what it sounds like. So giving her a probationary period here would obviously set her up for failure. She still is on probation through Dave Hill in Van Buren County, and it didn't seem to me from talking with him that was going to be revoked at this point. So I feel as long as she is able to get out, go back to Kalamazoo, get on her feet, get back in contact with Van Buren County, and get back to work, that I don't see a probationary period would be warranted here in our county.
We were lodged on the 9th, today's the 17th. That's 8 days. You did 2 days at the front end. All right, Ms. Osmick, we also were supposed to address this dog at large case, which is in file 2140. Somehow it didn't get on the calendar, but it's a county case. It wasn't an ordinance. And I will represent, it was set for what's called plea and sentence for today, and it didn't I'm not sure if it's on the on base, it isn't in the AS400.
And
So we'll address that in a minute. If you plead to the dog case, I'm simply going to give you 9 days credit, 9 days for having your dog at large. So we'll deal with that in a minute. But what about this? Ms. Davis, I think, was right on the money. I've been watching your decline over the last year or two. You had that nice house out on Coon Hollow Road. You lost it. You seem like a nice young woman. You seem quite bright. But talking to the methed out version was hard to have a conversation with. And so I wasn't mad at you, but I needed to get you several days clean so we could talk about this. So what Debbie said, you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't recognize it, I think is probably hits right to the bone. What do you want to tell me?
I messed up. She's right. But,
Could you speak up, Allison?
yeah, just everybody's right, what they're saying. I've just been self-medicating and I was doing really good there for a while and then I messed up. Fell in and,
Well, you were lying about it, but you're an addict.
right.
And that's what addicts do. And everybody in the room, including you, knew you were lying about it. And I had to get a hold of you long enough to get a hold of you. I don't know what Van Buren is going to do. Autumn, I checked the file on those 2 new charges, the possession of marijuana and the open intox. Looks like the prosecutor declined them.
Your Honor, I reviewed those and I declined them, but it sounds like the Three Rivers
Attorney Barnes authorized them, yeah.
All right, so they got reauthorized?
apparently.
Well,
He
they
was
don't show
arraigned
up.
last week on them, I believe.
Well, let's take a look.
Barnes was present, so
The dog at large case is in there.
2122 shows on 11/16 they received a declination from the prosecutor's office and that judgment was entered and the case was closed. It doesn't show anything new in the JMS AS400 system.
That's what I was looking at. So,
Well, I do know that Three Rivers called to get the report and there was some confusion. It was
well,
my
what I don't want
understanding.
to do is get out and get rearrested.
Right.
Right.
And Three Rivers doesn't have an ordinance. They could charge the open intox. The marijuana, I don't believe they have an ordinance to charge it. So the only thing, oh, wait a minute. 9, there's an open intox in a motor vehicle. Debbie, you can't decline a Three Rivers ordinance case.
And it came in as a warrant request and I didn't realize it was an ordinance case. So I don't know why it even came to us.
But you declined the Three Rivers ordinance. So
That may be where the confusion is lying.
you can decline the marijuana one, which you did, but you don't have authority to decline the marijuana case. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Because it always was an ordinance case. At any rate, Allison, I don't want to say my aim is true, but nobody will know what the heck I'm talking about.
We all know what you're talking about, Judge. We know you're an Elvis Costello fan, and so am I. So are a lot of people.
I don't know. You make me so sad. You've got kids, and that makes you sad, and you're got nowhere to go, and this T-shirt job, and I don't know what they're going to do with you in Van Buren. They probably would rather we kept you over here. Where are you going to live? What town?
I've been living with my kids, really. My kids
All right, and where?
in Three Rivers.
All right. Now,
Sorry about the audio. I can understand very little. All I really get from her is her demeanor, which is vastly improved.
And I actually have a friend that's gonna let me stay with her as long as I get out here soon and I can.
and could you speak up, and where is that?
In Three Rivers. Awesome.
But you know, living with your kids as a meth addict makes me shiver.
Drug tests for Van Buren.
CPS.
And I call on drug tests, so I won't be doing drugs.
All right, well, now, I don't think CPS is involved because your kids live with their dad and you've been staying at your ex's house. But does he want you to come back there?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Josh. Driscoll.
Josh who?
Driscoll.
Driscoll.
Crystal?
Driscoll, D-R-I-S-K-E-L.
It's his mom's house. So then I'm just there for my.
Not to complicate things, but that was a case that got sent for special prosecution where she's the victim of him and there was a no contact, last I knew.
Yeah, you can't stay there.
Well, I have a friend that's gonna let me stay with her in here in Three Rivers. Well, not her.
All right, well, this is a lot going on here. All right, well, you got 10 days credit. Let's talk about your dog. If I can find the dumb thing. It should have been on base, but it isn't, and it got left behind. But I don't want to leave it hanging out there. So let me find it.
I got wiped away because I gave my house. Gave them to the town.
Yeah, it's a damn shame that the only place you have to go is to stay with the guy that you're just charged with beating you up.
Well, I'm not. Yes. I'm gonna stay with my friend. It's mainly for my kids.
Do you
Oh,
need the case number?
no,
So I've got it pulled up and on these.
let me get it. I don't know why it won't give it to me. Darn it. Try this again. Allison, Allison. Allison.
He hunts and pecks like me.
OSMICK. All right, there it is.
Good thing I have Yesenia.
I'm not sure how that even got included in all this, but it was part of the deal. You had a dog at large in St. Joe County when you were out on Coon Hollow Road way last January out near Camp Waukeshma Road. It's almost at the county line. County dog ordinance. That time, did you have a dog that was running at large?
Yeah, my dogs kept getting out.
He sure
Took
is.
our fence out, and the dogs kept running over to the neighbor's house.
Okay. What kind of dogs were they?
Huskies.
Huskies?
Husky mix.
All right. Well, normally I wouldn't give somebody 9 days in jail for having a dog at large, but I want to resolve this case. Let me get that citation off that ticket. But apparently they got tired of it. It's under section 6A of the Animal Code. 9 days, credit 9 days, concurrent with your other case, which is 2191924 FY. I'm going to waive all the fines and costs in that case. So that puts that dumb dog case to rest. Where are the dogs now?
I gave them to the town, or the county took them and took them. They were gonna put them up for adoption.
All right.
I believe she mentioned last week that the dogs were surrendered, so.
All right, thank you. All right, now let's talk about this other case. Allison, do you have enough insight to know how much more clear-headed you are today than you were last week?
Yeah.
You were like a cat on a griddle on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm getting closer to talking to the real person. How have you been sleeping?
No, well, I mean, not great because I've been stressed, but I mean,
Well, you probably did a crash land on last Tuesday
yeah.
or Wednesday, whatever day it was that I canceled your bond. All right. It's all going to be up to Van Buren. I'm going to give them a couple days to get you.
I really like to get out and see my kids.
I'm going to give you 14 days credit 9. There'll be a couple of days of good time. Essentially, it will give them 2 days to figure out what they're going to do.
I'll just stay in here 2 more days.
The fine is 0. I'm going to put may be released to Van Buren County.
Thank you, old dog.
If they get you
Let's
sooner.
love it.
You may not reside with Josh Driscoll.
Okay.
If you get out of jail, you're not to stay with him. And then we're in the strange thing where the guy that's charged with beating you up has your kids. So I'm not sure that is something I don't have enough information to fully understand it.
I'm trying to get a place that I can have, you know.
Well, you're at ground zero. In fact, you're underground. You need to get up to ground zero and then work your way up to, but one concern I have here, I haven't ordered any testing, any treatment. I'm just leaving this to Van Buren County. I'm guessing they're going to wash their hands of you. If I had to guess, I'm guessing they're probably not going to continue your probation. You live in Three Rivers, you're here. They're probably going to be mad at me for washing my hands of you, saying, well, this is a St. Joe County problem, not a Van Buren County problem. So they may just give you, Judge Clark may just give you some jail time there. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but Autumn will have a chance to discuss it with your PO. I'm going to give the minimum allowable fine, $125, due by December 31, 2021. I no longer have to revoke your driving privileges on a drug charge. I don't know what to say. I think this 7 days in jail has been a good start, but you got a long way to go. If, for example, if I let you out right now, you'd be standing on the front steps of the jail with nowhere to go, no money. Okay. Did they hold your job for you?
They said, yes, I do have my job still right now. And I got
All
a
right.
paycheck last week that I haven't touched, so I'll have that. And I have my car. I do have a place I can go right now.
Deborah, was this the case you sent me the pictures on?
No, I sent you one today, but similar.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, Allison. For me to get your ducks in a row. It's well, you're addicted to methamphetamine, and it's completely debased your brain chemistry, and it's taken out everything that involves pleasure or joy or ambition. And it's removed all the dopamine from your brain, and me yelling at you at the top of my voice isn't going to change it. One thing that could change it is I could leave you in jail for 90 days and then let you get out and hope we go from there. My fear is I'm not done seeing you, and I don't know why you're driving around with open intox and a bunch of weed in the car. Marijuana is legal, but it's sort of the same as the intox. So that's a little bit up in the air. The prosecutor dismissed a case she doesn't have the authority to dismiss. And I don't know if the city attorney is going to try to reauthorize it or just let sleeping dogs lie. But as far as this goes, you're eligible to go to Van Buren County and resolve your situation over there. All right, do you have any questions?
Am I able to get out right now?
No. You have a couple, Van Buren can come get you today or tomorrow, but they've got to come get you within a couple days or you're going to get out. But no, you're facing a sentence for a probation violation in South Haven with Judge Clark. So I'm not sure what they've got in mind. They may continue the probation, they may not. All you have here is you owe me $125 by the end of the year. All right, good luck to you.
How long am I in here?
What's that?
How much longer am I?
Couple days.
Well, I ordered 14 days, credit 9, which leaves 5 days to serve. You get 5 days a month good time, which is about 3 days. So you have about 12 days to do to give Van Buren a couple days to pick you up. You have 12 days, credit 9. But I wrote in the judgment, you may be immediately released to Van Buren if they come get you. So you'll be here at most 3 days, possibly as less as today. Maybe our jail will drive you to Paw Paw, hand you over, I don't know. But
I emailed her PO to let him know.
all right, she let your PO know what's going on. So I don't exactly know, but you're not going to get out of this jail. When you get out, you're going to get out of the Van Buren County Jail. All right. Thank you for your help with that very sad case. Okay, I won't see any of you this afternoon. I got some projects.
Well, there you have it. He just gave her a few more days in jail so that Van Buren County can come pick her up. It's easy to say, and it's suggested. I actually agree with it. She obviously is doing much better after having dried out in jail. What she needs is treatment. If she gets off the drugs, I think she can probably turn her life around. But he chose to let Van Buren County handle it. She is on probation. There is something to be said for that. If he orders her to some drug treatment, then that would imply that he's putting probation on her. Now she's trying to scramble with probation in 2 counties, and that's a difficult situation too. So I mean, I don't have the answers, but we find out what happens in terms of her sentencing and what happens with the dog case and everything else. I find it particularly humorous, so I wasn't interjecting, and I also just wanted to stay out of the way in this circumstance, and also give her an opportunity to show that she can act civilized when she gets that out of her system. I just thought it was very interesting. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I really appreciate it. I just felt obligated to give that update since I had done the other videos on it.